so excited, Grandma.
I can't wait, mijo.
Walking down the neon line, feeling like the stars align. Every step feels so divine, leading me to sebs planet sign. Colors flashing every hue, dreams come true when I'm with you. Nothing else could feel so right, like a supernova bright. Sebs planet, where the sky is never gray. Sebs planet, it's the place I want to stay in. Where the sky is never gray. Sebs planet, it's the place I want to stay in.
Did you guys like that intro? I love that intro. Having my own theme song. Yes please. Okay, I think that was pretty cool. I'm sorry. I know like this might be like a little cringy, but I don't care. Cringe means that you're free. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. If you don't already know who I am Seb. You are in Sebs Planet right now. Make sure to subscribe and comment, like, share, or don't do any of those things. But we're gonna get straight into this video. I truly felt like this is just a calling and this needs to happen because I'm afraid of getting amnesia and dementia and all of those things, and I truly want to remember my 20-year-old self, or like have something like a time capsule. Is that the word? This is very in real time right now, but in the future I'm gonna look back at this and just be like, wow, like just having this YouTube channel is a time capsule. It sure is. Before like I even get started, I just want to quickly disclaimer kind of warning. I know that AI is very controversial. All of like I know the idea of just using AI is very looked down upon. I just truly want to use this for like artistry, visuals, representing something that was real but is not real to what you see. But actually I'm gonna use photos and everything like that just to animate them because I'm like, why not? I'm using all the resources that I have. I might as well like animate live. Well, they're not live, but I made them live photos of, yeah. But I truly don't want to rewrite history. That's not my goal. My goal is not to offend anyone or like family or I don't know. I think it's understandably so that AI is looked down upon. I think I got this idea from TikTok. I saw something very beautiful, and I don't think it's ethical, but I truly thought it was beautiful. A grandma just getting a picture, you know, frame, like with, of course, with a beautiful picture of her with her husband. It was AI though. It wasn't like, that wasn't a real photo, but they used AI, the grandchildren, everyone was a part of it. It was very beautiful. They gifted it to her and she started crying, but like happy tears and just like anything that would make her not sad anymore. I don't know why I'm like already tearing up, but anyway, I think like AI used in that way, I think that's very nice. I'm not trying to bring back people from heaven. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just truly, I'm using that word a lot. Okay, well, I really want to make this video just cause, and it's story time. It really is. I love story times on YouTube or anything like that. I know like sometimes it can get boring, so sorry if it is for you. It's informational and probably, you know, hopefully it helps someone that is dealing with kind of the same thing. Everyone deals with their own thing, but I truly want everyone to know that you're not alone. It feels like a very personal thing, and it should be. I truly think that it should be a very personal thing that you like go through and like should deal with. No, that sounds bad, but I'm talking about like you going through your grief and whatever you're feeling. It's something that we all go through. I think I went through it in very innocent times. I truly went through it in a very formative time. Currently, right now, I'm grieving my great-grandma. The AI characters are not fully looking like the people that I'm telling the story about. Like, just, it's not really looking like them. I think that's a better thing. It's a cool thing because I'm using the AI characters that they are because it represents them. Yeah, it kind of like looks like them like a little, but it's not to like bring them back to life. So guys, let's get straight into it after like how many interruptions. I have bullet points here. My first memory of my great-grandma. I remember her being truly obsessed with me. I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm starting off with that because I do want to start off with something beautiful. I do want to let everyone know that she meant everything to me. I remember her cooking for me every time that I would go visit her in her beautiful apartment. Yeah, I remember that. It was very retro, vintage, but very beautiful. Like, I understand like many people love, like I'm talking about like people like my generation, like people love modern things. I, on the other hand, appreciate and love old-timey things, like vintage or like whatever. Like I think I'm truly different like that. I remember her apartment vividly because that was a big deal in my childhood. Sorry if you see like random flashes of just like the animated AI parts. Like I'm gonna keep doing that, so yeah. This is purely everything that I remember. Things that I know from what I've seen and just like real life stuff that I probably felt, or, you know, like of course when you're little, like you don't know everything. I don't think I was conscious enough to remember a lot. But what I do remember is the things that I remember, if that makes sense. Okay, so I don't want to like offend anyone. Please don't be mad at me. Yeah, okay. Her story, as far as I know, is actually something that I love. It's something that I respect. I basically remember hearing stories about her. So there's a difference, because I know in therapy, yes, I'm in therapy. In therapy, we talked about like, okay, forget like things that you've been told. What do you know? What do you remember? This is basically bending that rule of don't listen to like what anyone else told you. What do you remember? Okay, clearly I wasn't around when she was younger, so I have to take word of everyone's stories of when they'd like talk about my great-grandma, and what I've heard was that she was very hyper, crazy, sassy, spicy. She was very witty, funny, just all of that. I think I relate to her in that way somehow, especially when I was little. I was hyper too, but we're gonna get into me, like, because this is like the timeline. This is her story from what I know of and appreciate and love and respect, because like it just like, no, that didn't happen. Like, okay, like then why don't you make a YouTube video? Oh, okay, sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I don't care, because grieving really made me mad and I don't want to people please. Why am I crying? Okay. I don't want to people please anymore. I don't care. Okay. Sorry, I think I just said like I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry. Wow. I mean everything that I said. If you're mad, if you feel uncomfortable, that's on you. This is a beautiful thing that I think is beautiful. This is just purely everything that I love and appreciate about her. So if you have a different idea and different facts and different just everything, then you make your own video. Perfect. Okay, let's continue. She was hyper and just all of the things that I love, because I was the same way. I know that she broke a lot of cycles. Mind you, this is like old times. How were people raising their children around that time? Families and like husbands, wives, like what were they acting like relationship wise? Like, I don't know. I wasn't there clearly, but what I do know is that I think it's very rare if there's like a healthy, well, at that time, okay, a healthy relationship in Mexican households of maybe husband and wife or whatever, or just whatever. What I can guess is that she saw the way certain people acted and she's like, oh, hell no, I don't want to do that. How can you not respect that? I love that. I don't want to aspire being like you. I think that's why I'm making this video. I don't want to like pretend like everything's okay anymore. And I'm not like trying to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna like, yeah, feel my feelings. I want to feel my feelings in real time, kind of be vulnerable for the first time in this YouTube channel. I think that's a little important. I know like some, like you guys are probably like, okay, it's just YouTube. Like you're unknown, you're a small YouTuber, no one cares. But again, with the time capsule, this is very important to me. Sorry, I like went on a tangent. Okay. Yeah, she witnessed a lot. You know what? I'm gonna get into something very prevalent to certain things that I've mentioned in previous videos that I've had. I think my second YouTube video, I mentioned like not being able to, or not being able to speak Spanish, but just I was never taught. And I know, okay, don't blame your parents. You can learn Spanish now. Like I just like no. Sorry, quick edit right now. You want me to speak Spanish, but I can barely speak English. I stutter a lot. Okay, that time has already passed. My brain is completely fried and numb. I'm dissociating. I'm all of that. And you know what? I've been dissociating for, well, right now I feel fine. I'm probably gonna dissociate telling the story. The next thing on the bullet point is actually her finding love. I admit that I aspire to have like a love that they did, and I'm gonna get to the reasons why. She fell in love with him. What I've heard from stories, again with not stories of my own, but how I've heard stories. Okay, my great grandma and my great grandpa, I think they first locked eyes on each other.
Got a staring problem?
Sorry, you're just real pretty.
Oh, you're a smooth one.
Not always. You make me nervous.
This is my stop.
Mine too. Excuse me, miss. I'm Bobby.
Oh, hello. I'm Lily.
I think that's very beautiful. Like when do you see that now? I don't know. Like, well, maybe there's like someone out there that has experienced anything like that. This is very, guys, this is gonna sound very movie. All of this entire thing is gonna sound like a movie. It supposedly happened, and maybe that is true. They first saw each other like that. As small and simple as that sounds, like I think that's very beautiful. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna like have them like right here. So my great grandma, my great grandpa, they had a sort of relationship where again with her like sassiness and everything like that, he truly loved her. I know that.
Your hair is beautiful, so long.
Oh, you think so? Watch this.
I don't think he meant that like in a controlling way. I think he meant that in a like a compliment. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there. My great grandma, she was like, "Oh wow, okay, you like my long hair? Let's see about now." And
It's going to be such a fun new look. I can't wait to try it.
I think that's so funny. That's very her. That's very funny to me. I love wit. I love smart Alec. That's a nice way to put it. I love everything like that. I love the way she reacted to that. I'm kind of contradicting myself because right now I'm using her AI avatar, I guess you can say, with long hair. I'm using their AI characters as them representing the actual people in my family. This is very beautiful. I'm going to try to explain it in the simplest way I can. I'm 20 right now. I truly wanted to make them of probably what they look like at 20. My grandma did tell me, she told me, like, I know like I'm gonna show a lot of photos of her having short hair and all of this stuff, but she truly told me that like she had long hair, like very beautiful, shiny, dark hair. I think that's like amazing and I love that. So what does that look like on her? Because what I've known from her is her having really short hair. Oh, well, okay, sorry. Again, with the people pleasing, no, I'm not. Sorry. Okay. They had 3 kids. They started their family. Those 3 kids turned out to be, you know, here they are. My great grandpa, my great grandma, and they had 3 kids. I don't know like the familial terms, not like terms, like role names. Not role names, that's not, you know what I'm talking about, like in the family tree, like how do you grand aunts? I'm just, you know what, stop. I'm gonna say aunt, uncle, and then grandma. So first grandma, but I have my great grandma, all of that. Okay, my mom was kind of flash forwarding. Okay, my mom was born from my grandma and my mom. Her relationship with my uncle, it was very strong, and my great grandpa, and of course my great grandma. They were, yeah, they truly took care of my mom, and okay, well, yeah. When my mom got older, I forgot, she told me, I forgot her age, but she was around the same age that I'm gonna explain this story and stuff like that. Not that like anything like aligns, not that, you know, like conspiracy, like no, like I don't think that's like how it went. But she was at a very close age where, very formative, yeah, where they all experienced a, why am I crying? Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Why am I crying? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Okay. Okay, stop. Sorry. Shut up. Okay, sorry. I get with the people pleasing. Stop saying sorry. Okay. Why am I crying? Okay. I wasn't there. Okay, like my voice is cracking, like I look ugly. Okay, stop. Okay. I knew it. I knew this would happen. My great grandpa and my uncle, they passed away in the same year. I wasn't born yet. I don't know why I'm crying. When I cry, my voice gets like very high pitched. Like I sound like a bird. Like I don't know. Okay, sorry. Okay. They both passed away in the same year. And I can't imagine anything like that, because like I can't imagine like losing, I don't have one right now. I can't imagine losing a child and the love of your life in the same year. I think that's why I respect my great grandma, and I just loved her extra, because I knew that she needed it. I knew that everything like that. They both died at very, like, of course adult ages, but like young ages. Like I really think about like their age, and wow, like everyone else like outlived them. It's insane. Okay. That's truly insane, because I knew that family was like everything to her. I knew that family was everything to her. Like she was always, again, I wasn't there, of course, but I knew that she loved them. I knew that she loves anyone and everyone. Like it just, okay. So I don't know, and I can't imagine like the hurt and all of everything that came with it. I don't know how like everyone got through that. Okay, sorry. My mom had me with my biological father, and my birth, from what I've heard, okay, let me like calm down. My birth actually brought everyone together. I know that there's a photo out there. I don't have the photo, but of just everyone there. I love anything like that, like family gatherings or anything like that, because like, wow, like we're all here and we all, you know, I don't know, I appreciate that. I love that. I was lucky enough to have that, because I know not everyone in the world is lucky to have that. My upbringing was with a lot of love and just people around me that just truly admired me. Yeah, okay. And if you're watching and if you were those, well, not to be like that, like not like celebrity or whatever, but like you admired me, not like that. I truly, like, I keep saying that word, I purely thank you for being there for me, the people that are, and just all of that. Thank you. My birth gave my great grandma a sense of purpose. I know that for her it was straight up love, affection, and just everything like amazing for me. And I'm glad that I had that for 18 years. So this is where I'm gonna take this video into like a different thing of explaining my life. Experiencing grief has been something new to me. In every situation that has happened, I've been grieving from those situations. Like, each of those are different, and I'm not like thrilled to say grief has been something that I haven't had to, not saying I need to like experience tragedy like every time to like get used to tragedy, like, I don't know, and grieving and things like that. I didn't know the skills. I didn't know like how to handle anything like that at a very young age. And with that very young age, I was 5 years old. From my biological dad's side, my grandpa passed away when I was 5 years old. Me at 5 years old, I think, was the first like traumatic thing that happened to me, because the passing of my grandpa, that was the first time like I've ever dealt with, I don't know about dealt with, I was too little. I didn't understand what death was. I didn't understand like grieving, anything like that. I didn't have like, I knew that he was gone. I just didn't know that it was like a forever thing. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, it was just part of life, you know? So I just wanted to kind of throw the grieving parts of my life, or like 5 years old, was I grieving? I don't know. Recently I had a dream of my grandpa, and I've actually never dreamt of him before. I dreamt of him like a couple of months ago of this year, and that was just insane to me.
I'm with Trini Munoz, candidate for District 7. Tell us about how the campaign's been so far and how election day's gone for you.
Well, let me tell you, the election's gone good so far. We'll see what happens. You know, I just received a call from a gentleman down in south of the freeway. His main concern was lights and sidewalks. And I think it speaks volumes of what District 7 is in need of and what it hasn't gotten since it was annexed back in 1955. It's just that need for energizing the district north of the freeway and south of the freeway. It is the only district that has no rec center in all the districts in El Paso, and that's why we're out, you know, campaigning, get people out and make sure that District 7 is energized again.
He wasn't talking that much in my dream, but he was, I knew that he was talking to me, and he sounded the exact same. And it was really beautiful. I'm not gonna say the dream on here. I'll just say that he told me that not to rush into things. My entire childhood, I have not dreamt of him, and that was like the starting point for me, like death and everything like that. So yeah, I think that's really touching. It's amazing that I got to meet him again in that sort of form, capacity, anything like that. Because I truly believe like dreams are a gateway. Sounds like very conspiracy. Like, it sounds, you know, not to be like that, but know that dreams are important. I remember in his hospital bed, I remember going with my biological dad, my brother. Yes, I have a brother. Okay. I remember us going to the hospital bed, and I remember seeing my grandpa like there. I remember being told like he can hear you, but he can't respond to you. I'm like, okay, well, he's there. I didn't, again, 5 years old, I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand like the meaning behind anything that I just witnessed in that room. My biological dad, he told me and my brother to put our notes, not notes, we wrote letters to my grandpa because we knew that he was in the hospital, but he was just like, oh, put them under his pillow. We're like, okay, like we put it under his pillow, and I don't know, I don't know what the meaning behind that was, like what that was for, but I remember my brother crying. I remember they were on their side, I was kind of alone on my side, or I don't know if we were like together. Again, like my memory is like foggy right now. I'm probably saying everything wrong. I just remember kind of probably tearing up because I'm like, I feel the energy in that room. I feel like the sadness, but I didn't understand what was going on. And clearly, like, I wasn't like that dumb, like as a child. Like I knew like a hospital situation is an emergency. Like I knew that much. Death, though, I was not, you know, privy to. I remember hearing the story, like kind of like how he was like passing away. I think it was slowly. I again, I don't know. I was young, I was little. I don't really, and maybe it's my fault, but I truly don't care. Maybe I needed to ask someone like the story, but 5-year-old me, a bunch of people weren't like gonna tell me the truth. Like I was too young. I wasn't gonna understand. Even more so, I remember being in kinder. That's another thing. I'm gonna put her a little bit in here. Probably I'm also grieving my friendship with this. I remember she was very wonderful. I hope the good and pure heart that you have is still there, because we have each other on Instagram. I remember us being very close. So yeah, sorry. That was a little shout out to her. I'm not gonna get into like reasons or whatever. I know that I moved schools after kinder. I think I left like the month or weeks, I don't know, like just the ending of the school year in my kinder year. I remember being pulled out because of certain things, and I remember being sad, like I'm not gonna see my best friend again. We were best friends. She really took care of me. Yeah. Sorry. Going back to my grandpa, I remember then it was just like his viewing. I understand, like, yeah, like, okay, like he's there, we're gonna go see him, he's in that coffin. I don't know if like people wanted me to like have peace with that, but like at 5 years old, like again with the confusion, like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know death. I didn't know that. I'm like, what do you mean he's gone? Like he's literally right there. So I was too young and innocent and confused. I remember looking in his casket and seeing him. He had salt and pepper hair. I remember a little bit after that, I was told to go sing a song, a certain song, a specific song that I knew. Yes, in the church. Okay. And there was a stage. There was like stairs. 5-year-old me, like I don't know, like when like right now when I think of the stairs, like it felt so long, and probably like in real life, like I haven't been there. In that church, I haven't been there. So I don't know like what it truly looks like. No, I don't want to go. Okay. But I just know that like it felt like forever getting up to there was a stage. It was like an open stage. It was like, you know, like a half sphere. Like I don't know how to explain it. The stairs were those edges of the sphere, half sphere, whatever. My grandpa was in the casket in front of me. I remember being like nervous because a lot of people were in that church. If that gives you any like, if you can connect the dots to like why I probably was made to sing. A lot of people were in that church, and I remember singing this specific song, and I think I remember being so nervous and anxious, anxiety, all of that. When I glanced down to look at him, I think I realized like then and there when I was singing that song that like he truly was with he was in heaven. I knew that then and there. I think I like something clicked in my brain like, okay, I'm singing about this song. I'm looking at someone that people are telling me that he's always gonna be here. He's always gonna be there for you. He's always gonna be here for you. Like I don't know how they described it to me. Like, do you know what I mean? Okay, like, do you know? And it was just really hard for me in that moment when I realized, because I remember my voice shaking. Me singing, my voice was shaking. I remember feeling like I was gonna cry, and then I did cry. I did. I remember, this is very movie. Okay, sorry. I don't have any photos or proof of this. I'm again with me just telling my memory. My mom came like rushing over to me, and as I was crying, like I remember everyone else crying. I wasn't like focused on everyone else, but I just remember my mom she was very annoyed with why I was made to sing. I don't know. You draw your own conclusions with that if you've made it this far into this video. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what happened there. Many other things that I could say, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I don't know about like the word depressed. I don't know about like using the word depressed at 5 years old. I don't know. I remember that it was traumatic, but I didn't know like about grieving. I didn't know like anything of that. So I think, you know, just as a little kid, just kind of like carrying on, you know, like just continuing to be the hyper innocent, loving self that I was at that age. That's what I remember of that. Another thing that happened around my younger age, but I was not 5, I was 9 at this time. Sorry, I don't know how to like smoothly like transition from one story to the next, but hopefully this will run smoothly. My 4th grade teacher, she purely like changed my mind and my boredom, my anger. Like, I don't know, like I was hating public school. I did not like public school. I didn't. Like, I dreaded going. Not a lot of teachers that I had like made it fun, and the ones that did, thank God. But just truly, like I didn't like going to public school. Hate is a strong word, okay? But take it out of the dictionary if you don't want me using it, okay? I just always was timid, anxious, always in a bad mood in public school. Like I didn't have like friends. I just wanted to go home. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But my 4th grade teacher changed my mind about everything that I thought of. She went above and beyond for us. I know that. I know that she truly loved us. She would call us her babies. She treated every single person the same. She treated us like if we were her own children. Like, you could just feel it. If you're a child, you absorb everything around you. So any little thing that happens when you're little, it resonates with you. I can't speak for everyone. Again, make your own video. I remember just feeling the motherly love. I told my mom, I was like, I remember telling my mom, like, sorry mom, like I don't want to offend you, but my 4th grade teacher is my second mom. My mom's like, no, but like, thank God that you love her. Like, thank God, like you have her in your life. And of course, in 4th grade, 9 years old, I was more aware of the world, real life, just anything of the sort. And mind you, so I'm gonna try to like make this quick as possible, because I know like this video is probably like already long. I don't know. Okay, but I just know that my 4th grade teacher would always tell us, like, if she was gonna be absent, would always tell us like, oh, you're gonna have a sub like tomorrow because I'm gonna be out doing this and that, or whatever. Like, she didn't have to tell us, but like she would. And having a substitute, like, not that we dreaded that either, but it was just like, oh, okay, like we understood, like, okay, she won't be here tomorrow or whatever. Still 1st semester of 4th grade, but I remember one morning, well, the whole day and forever then, but I remember us going to school and she wasn't there. And we were just like, whoa, okay, like we got breakfast. I don't know like how it is in any other school, but like we had like breakfast bags. They were kind of like heavy, especially like at 9 years old. So we kind of like brought it in and we helped each other. But we got breakfast. We had, I don't know, like we were like just waiting and we were just there like, what do we do? I remember a little after that, my science teacher, so we had different teachers for different subjects. My science teacher had her homeroom. She came into our classroom and she was like, guys, like come to my room, like you're gonna be with me. We're just like, oh, okay. So like we went over there and thank God like we were just like, oh, like no sub, okay. And when we went to her classroom, I remember there was no seats for us. Like she had her own class. It was just like really crowded and we sat like on the carpet. I remember all this. And I remember it wasn't a free day. I know that. Like I think we were doing like classwork or whatever, but I know that I saw outside the classroom door because the doors had to be open. That was like a rule for some reason. Okay. I don't know. But the classroom doors were open and I remember seeing a lot of teachers gather around and I was able to see them, like they were there, like in the hallway, and I remember seeing a bunch of teachers like conspiring, I don't know if that's the word, they were just talking it out, they were talking about something very heavy, and I think they knew. I think those teachers saw something and they knew something clearly before any child. Yeah, I don't think a 4th grader during school would like know what's going on in the outside world. I didn't know this, but my mom actually found out too. And this, I'm telling you, like this was like throughout like the beginning of the day, like school day. So anything else that happened that day, I don't remember, but I just remember all of us like actually like freaking out as a collective. We were just like, what's going on? We all had a bad feeling. Now this is where I can like speak for everyone. Like I remember, like I felt the energy. I truly felt everyone's energy, especially mine. The anxiety kept growing. Just like why was the day very not structured? We were used to the structure. We were used to the routine and everything like that. Flash forwarding to the end of the day, they told everyone to go to our original homeroom class where our teacher was just still not there. We were just like, okay. The superintendent came into the classroom. Other teachers like left the school, but I could tell that people were in distress. I remember that. Some teachers stayed with us. Some teachers stayed in the classroom. I remember who, a little bit. The counselors stayed after school with us. The like any other admin, like I don't know how to explain it. Like just a certain amount of adults were in that class, but there was extra, and there was extra like teachers that stayed, and they were our teachers. So I remember they told us they were like, okay guys, like we weren't sitting down. I remember that we were standing up. We're just like, oh, we gotta go home. Like as a child, you know, like you have this routine at school, and you're just, I don't know about anyone else, but I know that I was freaking out. I was like, I need to go home. I take the bus. I'm a bus kid. I didn't say that, but I was just like waiting for like what they were gonna say to us. But the superintendent came into the classroom and he told us, good afternoon, students. I don't know how he said it so smoothly. I guess as a superintendent, you have to like talk smoothly, but I know that somehow, some way, he ended up saying, your teacher is no longer with us. And I remember, if I was an empath, then, you know, like then and there, I truly felt the room's environment, stomach, heart, everything drop. Like I remember that. Even me, I remember kids around me immediately crying because yeah, we were all stressing throughout that day. We were all like all this anxiety and stress about someone that we truly loved, and to hear that was interesting. I remember one of my teachers that stayed into like the end of the like school day with us, like after school. I remember he was sitting down on a chair, and I could tell that he was very distraught. I don't want to cry. Okay. And I remember just other adults like comforting like anyone that needed it, and like other kids too. But I remember my math teacher, I think he saw me like freaking out. I think I dissociated. I don't remember crying. I was in shock though, but I was dissociating. I know that to be true. Dissociating, what does that mean? Okay, sorry if you don't know what that means. It's just basically like shutting down. Well, not really actually. It's more like your brain, like you're on autopilot. Like you're not really there. Like your conscious is separating from you. I don't know how to explain. I don't know like if that makes sense. Like you're just not. I wouldn't use the word soulless. Like how do you describe? Like if you know what I mean, then you know. If you've been through it, then you know. I dissociated. That was, yeah. My math teacher, I'm gonna use like words that sound like whoa, like he grabbed us, but he like saw us in distress and he held on to us. And I remember him putting some of us on his lap, and he was hugging us, but he was telling us that we're gonna get through this, that everything will be okay. Oh, I feel it. Okay, stop. Okay, sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Okay, stop. I remember then crying. I remember then feeling some sort of like, she's gone. Because I just truly couldn't believe it. And I know that it traumatized everyone in that classroom, especially. I'm gonna get into that. Okay. Sorry. Going back on track in the story, my math teacher asked us, because he knew that like some kids were like bus kids, pickup kids, and all of that. He told us, he's like, you know, like let's call your parents, like each, and we're gonna take turns. Everyone, we're gonna call your parents. I called my mom when it was my turn, because I was like waiting patiently and just like crying there, and I remember hearing everyone else's cries and just everything like that. I'm sorry, like it sounds like I'm making a big deal. It's just stuff that I remember. Yeah, it was collectively, it was just like a stressful time. And I remember calling my mom, and I told her, Mom, Miss Cernas like died. And she told me, Papa, are you okay? Yeah. So I know that I was depressed after that day, and going through it. I don't know. I remember the last time that I saw her, which was of course the day before. I think I truly knew how to pay attention to details. Like there's certain things that happen in my life where I just try to take a visual snapshot with my eyes, of course, and just like probably think about it later on. Like quick little side story, like I know I'm going all over the place, but with COVID, before COVID, and I was a freshman, and I remember before COVID, we were all in a pep rally, and like, I remember just being there and just seeing everyone. And I remember telling myself, I wonder what life would be like if this wasn't happening. You know? Like, I wonder what life would be like if life wasn't normal. That same year, COVID happened. Well, the second semester, but COVID happened. Like, yeah, I remember feeling like normalcy, but like what that would look like if life wasn't normal. Do you know what I mean? Okay, it's crazy, and I'm not saying like I'm like powerful, but in this YouTube channel I am. Okay, sorry. Going back to serious business. I remember the next day, it was very clear what happened, and we heard the news. We, of course, like there was just rumors and crazy rumors going around and false information that was spread, but we knew the details. The last time that I remember seeing her was the day before, and I remember she was wearing white, like a white shirt, but it was like a regular shirt, and she wore like this cowboy belt. Well, of course, like yeah. She had regular like bootcut jeans, like it, or probably not bell bottoms. I don't know. Like, I just remember her hair being like curly. It was like half up, half down. You know, that sort of a deal, and she was really beautiful. After she passed, my mom tried to keep in touch with like my teachers, the one that passed. My mom tried to keep in touch with her kids and stuff like that. Just the entire town like just knew about it. It was insane. With the majority of what I remember, like, I try to never lose that. I think that's another reason why I want to make this video. I don't want to forget. And of course, there's gonna be certain details that I'm gonna miss because I don't have a time machine. Even in 9 years old, from 5 years old, knew nothing. 9 years old, I had a better understanding of death and everything like involving real life and whatever. So almost done, guys. Cosmetology school. Yes, I've made plenty of videos about that. I think I've said this before, but go ahead and watch that if you want to. I've made a lot of videos about it. Why it's so prevalent and why it's so important was because second phase, so there's first phase, second phase. I'm not gonna get into it. I explain everything in those videos, okay? I was going to second phase and I knew the teacher. I still know her now. Hi, shout out to you. All of my teachers were like so cool. They are still cool. They truly, even to this day, like I'm very grateful that they took care of me. Every single one of them. And people that weren't teachers that just really also took care of me too. And it's not about being a teacher or not. It's about the humanity that they showed me. I don't want to cry. Guys, I'm gonna cry. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. So, second phase, and I knew my second phase teacher while I was in first phase. Like, we always had like this Gemini connection, and the first day, well, even before the first day, I was very anxious, and all of my friends just told me like, it's okay, like, you're gonna be okay. I am an ugly crier. Okay, stop. Everyone just told me, I think they knew, I think everyone knows, like, I'm a very anxious and timid person. Okay. It was my first day, and I just remember, as much as like I loved and appreciated my second phase teacher, Even on the first day of me being there, like, I knew that I was gonna be okay. The nerves were still there. But anyway, like, it was a very chill day. And, okay, sorry. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Okay. I remember feeling all of the emotions that I said, and just, yeah, she truly made me feel like comfortable. Always has made me feel comfortable. Like, you know, just whatever. It was a really cool, chill day, and I was so like relieved because it was something that I was looking forward to, but just also scared, like just everything that entails with it. Like I truly made a video about that. Go watch it. Anyway, I was in this just state of mind, like after school, like, wow, I had such a good day. And I remember getting home and seeing my mom pull up like in our driveway, and I looked at her because I got home. My mom got home a little after me, but I was still in my car, probably just on my phone. And I remember just like being really excited to like tell my mom about my day, because she knew, and my parents knew, that I was scared. And I just wanted to give them like peace of mind and everything. Yeah. When I saw her, because again we were in our cars, I looked over because I saw her face. She didn't look happy. I got out of the car because I was a little concerned. I was like, oh, hello. She told me that my grandma, the same one that I've mentioned earlier in this video, that she was in the hospital. And I remember that heart, stomach, everything, I remember it dropping. And we went inside. I think I was dissociating. I just knew that I was in panic mode. But a lot of the times, like when I'm in panic mode, I try to calm myself down and try to numb it out, but that involves dissociating and stuff like that or whatever. But I think I tried to keep calm because I saw my mom stressing, and we were just like, oh, do we wait for, you know, dad and sister? And I'm just like, no, I want to go to the hospital. And then I was just like, no, I don't want to do that to my sister. I hope my sister appreciates maybe a little thing that I did then and there, but it truly meant so much to me because I didn't have a sibling that was courteous, and I want to be okay. Yeah, I want to be like, I want to be a sibling that I just wish I had. I hope she appreciates that one day. I did all that I could, and I wasn't in control. We waited for my dad and sister, and we were just like, okay, like let's go. It was a Monday, mind you. It was just insane. And we went to the hospital, and I remember seeing my aunt from, yes, I remember seeing her and her husband. They told me that, then again, guys, I'm gonna say something that sounds a little too real, and it's just something that I realized ever since I was little. Like, I never like had to grow up with adult conversation, and thank God. But then again, like I when I was little, it was more like the adults are talking, go play over there. Thank God I had that. But then again, like now that I'm in it, like it's weird because I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Okay, like, and now that, especially at that time, I was 18 years old. That's why earlier when I said 18, it's very prevalent to this. Now I'm like a part of adult conversation, and maybe like that's just how it landed. That's just how it was, how it is, especially now. And again with the being timid, again with the anxiety, just all of that, like I didn't have to talk to these people in such a way. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So they told me that my grandma, I'm gonna say grandma, like I don't call my great grandma. Do you know, I just simply say like it's just like I was told from them that the doctor told them that my great grandma was gonna go home, like that she was, I want to use the word fine, I don't know, like just things were looking good for her to go home. And again, like just I don't, like being a young adult, still figuring out life and everything like that at that young age, because everyone expected me to. Everyone expected me to have everything together. That was very instilled in me at a very young age. So, but even then, clueless. And it's okay to be clueless. It's okay to not know what everyone's talking about. I don't know what the doctor told them. I just know that someone told me, okay? Someone told me that my great grandma was gonna go home. Like, I don't know if that day or tomorrow, like what in that time, I think they said tomorrow. Or like the next day, whatever, just anything like that. I was just like feeling like at peace, like the stress. I'm just like, okay, well, okay. We had our chance to go to her hospital room. It wasn't a room, it was those curtains. Yeah. When it was my turn to go see her, I remember her being there on the bed. I think everything that I felt at 5 years old, like it was truly a flashback. The anxiety, everything that I've probably felt before in a hospital room, like I was feeling it there. Again with the eye snapshot, so I could keep it in my brain. When I was looking at her, I just remember seeing in her eyes like she wanted to tell me more, but it was sad seeing her like that. She told me a lot of things in Spanish, which again, if you know me, I wasn't raised speaking Spanish as Mexican, Hispanic, like anything of the sort, Hispanic or whatever I am. I wasn't raised speaking Spanish. I remember her speaking a lot of Spanish to me, and I was kind of sad because I was just trying to understand as much as I could, like with what she was saying. She was talking to me a lot in Spanish, like a lot. And then I remember like holding her hand. Yeah. Oh, her blanket was kind of like off. She told me, she was like, "Mijo, like I'm getting like cold." And I remember just being like, "Hi, Grandma, okay?" Like, I put the blanket, like, fully covering her. She probably said something funny, like, just how she always was, just like, "Ay, mi nalgas," or whatever. Like, tengo frío or something like that, I don't know. But, I was looking at her the entire time, trying to sight snapshot, like, whatever you call that, just, yeah. I sat back down, because I had to stand up, like, covering her, but, I sat back down, and, she then spoke to me in English, and she said, well, I'm not gonna say what she said. That's for me to know. She held my hand very tightly, not to, like, strangle me, but, you know, just, like, I felt like her last bit of strength, and even then and there, I didn't think that was her last time. I think she told me, she was like, I'm ready. And I remember looking at her like a little confused in a way, not in a judgmental way, like in a, no, Grandma, you're gonna outlive us all. And she looked at me, just, I feel like she, of course she knew. I just didn't want to think of that. I think I knew deep down, but, yeah. I remember telling her, just like, you have me, you have us to live for. I think great grandpa and uncle, like, just, they want you to keep going. She didn't say anything after, like, I said that, but I could tell she I think she kind of, like, looked at me like in a, like, okay, you're in denial. I was in denial. I felt like the sudden, and I wish I didn't. I wish I enjoyed. I did enjoy, but I wish I stayed there. I wish I didn't rush, but I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, I don't, you know, I want to avoid. I want to avoid. The thing with me, again, sorry, a little short side story. Again, with me, I have always been timid, always been nervous, anxious, stressed, innocent, I guess. But I didn't want to get in trouble, just thinking like, oh, the doctor's someone gonna get mad at me, like, okay, like, time's up, like, you've been here for too long, you know? Like, I don't know, I was scared. And I think I couldn't handle, like, any emotion that I was suppressing. It was just a mixture of things. I didn't want to look at her and just know. I didn't want to get in trouble, like, just all of that. I noticed that I was there for quite a while, and I'm just like, okay, well, like, you know, my sister, like, has to, you know, have her turn, and I texted my mom really quick, because I was enjoying my time with my great grandma, but I did text my mom, like, is it, you know, my sister's turn? Like, is it, you know, like, is my time up? Like, how does this work? My mom just kind of went with it. She's like, okay, yeah, like, let's have your sister have her turn. So I remember my last time seeing her. I looked at her, she looked at me, and I tried to keep a smile. I was just like, Grandma, like, I don't want to get in trouble, but I'll see you later. I love you. I'm trying to remember what else I said. Just very movie, but like, I was like in a rush to like what do I do, or like, do I leave, or and I remember kind of awkwardly, innocently and awkwardly, just kind of like, okay, Grandma, love you. But like I felt weird if I hugged her. I should have hugged her. We held like, you know, like our hands were like that in some way, but I enjoyed the rest of the time that I had with her. I'm like, okay, love you, grandma. Bye. And yeah, and I remember like kind of closing the curtain a little bit and just walking away. And when it was my sister's turn, I heard that my great grandma was asleep. Like already, like before she talked to me, that she was asleep a little. What I do know is that we're just like, okay, it's a school night. She's gonna be home like the next day. Okay, like we're gonna go home. Like we felt, yeah, I didn't feel that much at ease, but I did trust the doctors and my family telling me things. We left. Thank God we didn't go anywhere far. We went to a fast food restaurant. We're just like, okay, like after we ate, we left the fast food restaurant, and as soon as like we got in the car, I think on our way to the car, but when we got inside the car, my aunt called my mom. I couldn't really clearly make out words. I just remember screaming and crying, and I'm feeling the anxiety, the panic, like what is going on? I remember my mom trying to keep calm. She said, okay, we're on our way. That's why I said, like, thank God we weren't far from the hospital. So we went back, and as we were driving back, I remember telling my mom, and I feel bad because I was getting mad. Not at her, like not like 100%. It was just more like, Mom, like what's going on? I think my mom was having her own dissociation. She didn't answer. I think she was still processing what was going on. And I was getting frustrated. I'm just like, I want to know. I want to prepare. I can't like really describe. I guess it's like a very individual like experience when you're having this feeling of prior knowledge of knowing that your loved one is at the hospital, and just hearing not good news. Your alarm bells go off in your head, and I remember just feeling those alarm bells. We got to the hospital, and I remember my mom telling us in the car, she was like, you guys are not gonna follow me in. It was stressful. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I have to stay here, okay? We waited, my dad and sister, we waited in the waiting room. I remember crying. I remember my sister also looking at me. I think I made her stress out more too, because she started crying. We didn't know, we were clueless. We were still stressing out, but I think we knew. But I didn't want to feel that knowing, my mom stormed in, and she luckily went through those hospital doors that were open. And usually, like those nurses or whatever, like they open the door and like, okay, patient this or whatever, and like they let you in. Luckily for my mom, the doors were just like wide open. I think someone like exited or went in, probably exited, and my mom was just like, I'm going in. Like no one caught her, thank God. But I don't want to get into like what my mom saw, but my mom went to go see my great grandma, my aunt, my uncle, and from what I know, I wasn't there. I was in the waiting room. What I know from being told, they brought back my great grandma a few times. CPR and what that entails, I can't imagine. Now I feel like I'm too aware. I remember my mom leaving, and we saw her like through the doors. She's just like, okay, well, guys, it's a school night, we gotta go. I remember the car ride going back home. I had I'm not even joking. So random flashbacks to me when I was little with me and my grandma. I felt like I didn't have control over that. My brain literally gave me flashes of her and I, and yeah, I remember crying a lot. And I even then and there, like, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know all of these things. She was brought back to life, and then back, you know, like she would pass, and then they kept bringing her back to life. And I get it. I know now to give myself grace for being mad at being told from various people that do care about me, and I appreciate that. In the moment, I didn't appreciate it. Just like, what do you, like, okay, like, what do you mean she was ready? Like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for going through that, like, at a very good day. First day of second phase, I wasn't ready for anything of that. Not saying it's like a burden, it was just like something that happened that changed my life forever. Throughout that car ride, my mom, like, she like looked back a little, but she would like kind of like rub my leg, like, just like, you know, like I could tell, like, everyone knew, everyone, like, just, it was crazy. Hi, Ruby. Hi, do you want to say hi? Oh, hi, Ruby. You want to say hi? Come here. Say hi. Oh, look at you. Oh. What? Say hi. Say hi. What happened? You're so cute. Oh, okay. She's like, duh. A little cameo from Ruby. Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was saying, but we all sat like in the living room. My mom and I, but mainly me. Like, I was like clearly in distress. I was still crying. I was stressing out really bad. It was a nightmare. It was a living nightmare. I sometimes can't sit down even in the same spot on that couch. Like, we sat on the couches, and, you know, we were just all like kind of like waiting. I know that there was 2 phone calls, but the last one was of my grandma telling me and my mom, all of us, just that, yeah, she didn't make it. I remember me screaming and crying, like, no, no, no. After all of that, I wasn't the same in anything, like, not even cosmetology school, just daily life. It was a false hope. So kind of going back to cosmetology school, just as little as I possibly can, because I have too much content of that. But I remember my teachers like truly taking care of me as best as they could. Even with that, I didn't expect them to, but yeah, I remember being really down. It wouldn't help when people would tell me stories about their grandchildren, great-grandchildren. I'm just like, you're very lucky to have them. Because I was always told that growing up, like, you're very lucky to have your great-grandma with you. I'll always remember that. I know the idea of, you know, like, oh, my grandma passed away, grandpa passed away, greats of, you know, I know that's like looked upon sometimes and mostly like, oh, but they were ready, they were tired, it was their time. But I wasn't ready to like hear those things in that moment. It was very fresh after Monday, because that all of that of what I just mentioned happened on a Monday, my first day of second phase. I remember Tuesday, Wednesday, I couldn't go. Tuesday, I was just like, okay, I can't go. Like, I'm physically rotting and everything like that. It was hard on me. It truly was. I think it was so hard that Wednesday, I think even Tuesday, I drove to school. I was crying the entire time. I remember texting my parents like, I can't go to school. today. And they told me, they were like, no, it's okay, stay home, whatever, you know? After being parked in the school parking lot, I remember driving back to my house. I remember telling my Cosmo friends, like, yeah, this and this happened, I'm not feeling well, whatever I said. I appreciate the love and support. That Thursday of that week, I remember being in class and finally being there, my teachers, and can I be honest? I don't want to cry. Even people that weren't my teachers truly, like, knew me. Like, I don't know, it's weird to say. It's, you know, everyone knows each other. And I think that's a very beautiful thing. They hugged me. A lot of my friends, classmates, they hugged me. It was good, and I try not to cry. I remember we were like, it was like during the lesson, and I remember I was like on the verge of tearing up, and I'm just like, oh, can I use the restroom? She's like, never ask me. I'm like, oh, okay. And I remember going to the restroom. I remember crying. I remember like looking in the mirror, telling myself like, you can do this. You are strong. You need to be perfect. That's a lot of pressure, I know, but especially I guess anywhere, but especially there, like with clients and everything. Like all my life, I feel like I had to put that pressure on me, because if I didn't, being imperfect sounded a little surreal, and I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to feel imperfect. I dissociated on autopilot. I was on autopilot the entire time of my time there in school, and I don't know if you can see, I think I hide it too well, but our second phase was all a blur to me. I'm very grateful though that I had all my teachers that loved and cared for me. It took until early of this year where I had given up on a lot. Still feeling really bad. My depression came with a bunch of things that I have been told over the years of my entire life, like, oh, you think you're sad? You don't know what sadness is. Wow, okay. You think you're depressed? You don't know what depression is. Wow, okay. I just really thought, like, this isn't... not something that I shouldn't be feeling, but it's not valid. Anything that I was feeling, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's insane, and I think it almost broke me completely. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that's why I went to my mom and I told her that I wanted to do therapy. I wanted to start off by getting better. Like, I feel like I couldn't move on with my life if I was just stuck in the first day of second phase in cosmetology school. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still, even probably like right now, I'm still probably stuck in time over there, but it's I want to move on. Not move on. You can't really like do that 100%. I want to heal. I want to attempt to heal. I have my own ifs, ands, and buts, and like concerns with therapy and all of that. But I'd rather that than just being alone with my thoughts. For me, I took it really hard. It's great that I want to go to therapy. If it's not accessible to you, if you can't or not able, because I know, yeah, then I would try to write things down, all of your feelings, then I don't know if like you should like keep it or, you know, like crumble it up and then like throw it away. That's just, it makes you, you know, reflect and everything like that. I started doing that. I kind of continue doing that. Maybe this video wasn't as what I thought. It's not like I watch my videos like 24/7. I just want to post this video because of things that I've made with AI, and it's not for AI. I'm just using AI's help, making things understandable. Basically everything that I mentioned like in the beginning of the video, like, yeah. If you've made it this far, comment down. Burrito. Okay, I kind of remember feeling really bad at myself for not being able to dream. Not gonna say like what other people's dreams were, but a lot of my family, they had dreams before me. I was a little jealous. Again with dreams, again with like, that means so much to me. I try not to like look deep into that, but it's something, and it's quite literally a real life way to visit, for them to visit you, you know, like loved ones, past loved ones, currently living loved ones, you know? I think that's magical. How do you not think dreams are like AI themselves? Dreams are like, it's making it up as it goes. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I used AI. I figured it out like as I'm making this video. Wow. I'm not making up this story, but it's really, it means something. It does. And yeah, I found myself to slowly but surely, and I'm gonna get there. My other grandma told me that time heals. I think it took me too long, but I'm here now. Thank God. Again with the dream, I dreamt of her a little while later, but with my great grandma, I dreamt of her, and even with that, maybe one day I'll like have like this whole video about like dreams or whatever. Like I'll tell like a story time. If you guys like this story so far, if you've made it into this video so far, comment down below if you all are probably like bored and sleeping or whatever, because every time I tell a story, people fall asleep. Okay. So, yes, I want to actually. That's probably another video for another day. Dreams are important to me. The first time that I dreamt of her after she passed, that was very special to me. And I remember writing it down. Not writing it down, but like putting it on like my notes app. Very special to me, very important to me, and I'll always cherish that. Actually, talking about dreams, just really quickly, I feel like this video has gone for too long. My mom once told me that she had a dream of great grandpa. He told her in her dream that he had a mansion ready for everyone. And I thought that was so beautiful. I wanted to incorporate a little bit of my mom's experience with dreams and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's why, like, you see like this whole entire like video, like the thumbnail, like just all of that, like that's, everything means something. To you it may be random, but to me, like, everything means something. Everything is not random in sebs planet. Get that through your head. Okay, everything has a purpose. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna try to close this video off in the best way possible as I can and smoothly, because I truly want to leave this video on a happier side. I'm doing better now. Better, oh my god, way better than I was 2 years ago and even last year, but we're gonna get better, you and I can't wait. This might be like my only AI video because you have no idea how exhausting it was creating all of that. But it's beautiful, it's beautiful. I love doing it. I loved creating, I love creation, I love art, I love, you know, doing something new. Not like because I'm quirky, I'm unique. Ew. I loved making this video. As much of a emotional roller coaster as it was making it. I don't know how to properly close this off, but I know that my great-grandparents are in heaven. My great-grandma, like, I just know to be true, like, my great-grandma firmly, like, never having the urge to fall in love again, like find love again. Like my great-grandpa was her soulmate, and I think that's very beautiful. Like how can you not love that? I admire that. Not saying like everyone needs to be that way, I think that's very tragically sweet and beautiful and everything of that sort. This entire thing was very special to me. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you in another video. Can't wait. Gonna turn 21 this year. Ruby, are you tired? Come here. Say bye. Say bye to our audience. She doesn't care. Okay. Love you. Bye, everyone.
What is your name?
Lilia Martinez.
And what would you like to say to your family?
All my family, I love them a lot. And I'm always praying for them, that everything goes good for them in whatever they're doing. But I'm always praying for my family, you know, even to keep them in good health. That's the main thing.
Oh, that's very sweet. Anything else?
And I love them very much. I don't know how to express and show them that I care a lot for them. But this was, I can say, if they believe me or not, it's up to them. But I love them a lot. My grandkids, my daughters, like I always said, Chris and Vanessa, I see them like if they're my own, and nobody's gonna take that away from me.
Oh, we love you too, Mom.
What else?
Just that we love you, and we want you to know we love you too. Very much. Okay? Okay, God bless you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.